tracking a real estate agent from the ripe old age of 22 to 28, zero to hero to number one in the country. Stay tuned. We're going to talk about Mr. Michael Bergio.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Morning Minutes. Myself, Michael Bergio, Mark Novak from Zero to Hero. A little bit of a Morning Minutes about myself from sort of day one to being yesterday.
Let's talk about me.
Let's talk about me. Best topic. Yesterday, I was honoured to be announced the top commercial sales agent for New South Wales ACT for ARIA Awards 2020, which is for commercial. They're the most prestigious awards. For real estate, they probably are as well. Realestate.com, Real Commercial. I reckon besides maybe REB, these would be probably your best awards in sort of my opinion. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, legend. Good morning. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How was your sleep?
So it took a while to get to sleep. I was pretty excited, saying thank you to everyone. I got a lot of social media messages saying congrats, which it's really good. Like, obviously it's great winning the award, but from where we started 7 years ago, especially myself personally, and even as a company in the commercial industry, where we've been the new kids on the block, we've been saying we do things differently, we work harder, give us an opportunity, where you're going up against all these agents who have been doing it for 30, 40 years. It's just the norm. So to finally, on an individual level and a company level, to have that acknowledgement, the recommendation, the recognition from such a prestigious award, it means a lot, and it will do very well for myself and as a company, just to go in with the clients and do what we normally do, but say we've got that stamp of approval. And it's been a fun journey, a tough journey, from what we were just saying off air, from when I started at reception to now being crowned king.
So let's say let's step it back. You're 22 years of age. You're looking for a job. This is 2000 and what year?
13, 14, I think.
2014. You knew a lady from the office called Mindy.
Yep.
And she said, "Come on down." And you started in our real estate office. You'd been previously in another office for a short time, doing what sort of work?
A little bit of everything, because I dropped out of uni and I was like, that's not for me, but I like this real estate thing, so let me try. And I was fortunate enough to get just sort of an all-rounder role in a small agency. Like, they managed 50 properties. They hadn't really sold anything. So I got to taste a little bit of everything. And after that sort of 6 months there, I was like, I know this is the career for me. I don't necessarily agree with how anything was done where I was, but you can read between the lines on what the role is. And I was always looking for a career, sort of not a job. And I think that's the mindset you need to have, especially in real estate. It's a lifestyle, it's a career.
So Mindy says, "Come on down." You start at Novak, and she says, "I've got a reception job for you."
Yes, and my view was,
go, "Get in there."
Yeah, I was like, no problem. I don't care where I start as long as I'm on this side of the front door. So, and that's where it started, and which was quite unique, because I was managing the Domino's across the road, and all the receptionists I'd seen were pretty young ladies. So it was, I was very happy for the opportunity.
Just because the chicks you're attracted.
Yeah, the chicks. But also it's like, well, for me to be offered that role, they must have just seen brilliance from day one.
So you're 22, you're starting at Novak, you're on the front, you're on reception at the front, talking to everyone that's coming in, doing a wonderful old job very quickly, I must say, snapped on. people love you. I turn around to you and say, mate, I need some SEO work to be done.
Yes. Yeah.
Search engine optimization.
Yes, and didn't know anything about it, but just learned everything about it. And that was the same as the ethos I had on reception. The biggest thing was because before it was normal for people to have a coffee machine and make basically barista quality coffees in real estate. That was the biggest thing, being at the front desk of Novak. So I basically did like a coffee course, learnt coffee art, did all that just to sort of impress. So what I especially tell the young guys, it doesn't matter, because most young kids want to get into sales straight away. But
get into sales straight away. Yeah.
Get into sales. But it all starts the years before, the months before. And if you can't excel in those roles, like learning, like if your job's to make coffee, be the best at it, learn different things. So I started teaching myself coffee art. I remember the first time clients would get the coffee and I put a love heart or a yin yang, all that stuff. So just doing the best of the little things. Then we went to SEO. I had no idea about it. You could ask my dad, I'm the worst. Setting up a DVD player, I'd be like, you do it, Dad. But you learn quickly.
So I'm looking around the office going, who can help me with SEO? We need to work on our SEO. And I'm looking at you going, this guy's pretty proficient. Whatever he gets given as a job, he hammers. Give that job to you, and like a ninja, you hammer it.
Yeah. That's learn. If you don't know it, learn it, and then try and do it better. And just that's it. That's sort of do it better. Learn fast, and it was fun learning. But obviously, I knew it's not what I wanted to do as SEO. But it's you just doing what needs to be done. And before, like, there's no way an owner or someone like yourself would give me let's say the end goal selling, give me the opportunity to sell a property if you can't learn the basic tasks of something else, because without experience, you've got to learn how to sell a property and the processes. Same as SEO. If I didn't know, I've got to learn. If I can't learn that, how will I learn to sell a property? So I had that ethos the whole way through.
All right. So we're halfway through the show. We've got to be halfway through your career. So let's fast track this. So then bang, reception, bang, SEO and reception, bang, I turn around and say, look, Michael, I need help with the leasing of properties. And how'd that go? Sorry, the leasing of commercial properties is what I said to you. Yeah,
it's like you want to really expand the commercial department. Most of the sales guys who did residential didn't really want to dive into it because there was a bit of an orphan child everywhere. No, there was only a few people doing it, and I was like, no problem. Like, let me jump in. And from day one, looking at how it was done in the industry compared to residential sales was really atrocious. So instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, it was like, well, let's try and replicate what we do in residential sales to commercial leasing. And then obviously wanting to get into commercial sales, but you got to start at that ground floor. And that's what we did. Like, a lot of lease deals wouldn't have, it's real basic. They wouldn't have professional photos. They wouldn't have floor plans, 3D floor plans. They wouldn't have addresses. So just head down, bum up, find properties, market them better, do deals, and just give better quality information was the most. Like, I didn't have control of the lack of knowledge or experience I had, but I had control on how I presented properties, and that was the main focus. And then it was sort of like, well, if clients appreciate how I'm marketing that property, then they'll call me to market their property because they're like, wow, that office, mine's better, but that looks better and at least quicker. Let's call this kid. And then,
And basically, you just kept polishing and polishing and polishing and polishing. Didn't look left, didn't look right. Polishing, looking after the customer. And a lot of your predecessors have come and gone. Staffing, support people. You stuck to it. You just stuck to it, just polishing and polishing. And yesterday, the realestate.com.au, who owns realcommercial.com.au, who is known as ARIA as a group, the biggest portal group in Australia. This is probably the most prestigious award. Have looked at your numbers, your stats, and your reputation and said, this is probably the best guy in the country, certainly in New South Wales and ACT, and let's just say that's the country. But no, Sydney, they're two prominent states.
Sydney's the
probably
biggest.
the most prominent states.
Yeah.
It's the biggest, right? So they've awarded you as the number one out of every commercial agent at the ripe old age of 28.
Yeah, and it's super exciting. As Lisa says, the Game Changer. Like in the first couple of years, we were nominated for Game Changer of Australia, the award, finalist, then agency. So to finally win is really, really, really good. And like the numbers, as I was saying, so a lot of it was based on the amount of views your listing gets, engagement, and listings. And I had a quick view of the other states, like the 4 winners of their states, because their stats were up, and like the amount of page views we got was the most in the country. We got 235,000 for the year, and the closest I think was Victoria with 180,000, and then like 150. So on one of the sections,
how do we do it? How?
Yeah, all comes back to presenting the property well, having the best photos, the best video, having floor plans, interactive floor plans, and marketing the listing on social media and just all of it. So this award will be
sounds
really
like
good.
Hard work to me.
It is, and to be consistent. That's the hardest thing. It's not just doing it on one listing. It's doing them on all listings to package it up. So what's going to mean so much for us when we're pitching to clients to have that stamp of approval, that because when 7 years ago, all the other agents were saying we're crazy, that's not how you do commercial property. What do they know? They've only just started. So like all that bullshit. And now to be able to come out with the recognition to be like, our ways, we're on the right path. We want to continue improving, but we've got the recognition from the biggest company for the awards, in my view. So it's huge.
So Anmol's saying that we've had some pretty big international competition. You've had some pretty big international competition.
Yeah, it's been frustrating. Like for the 4 years prior, we were up against Colliers and CBRE, and yes, it's great to be finalists, but you want to win. Let's face it. I don't care that they're big globals, 20,000 employees, thousands of listings. I still want to beat them. It's like, yes, it does. It's nice to be in the top 3 when it's like the top 2 are so huge, but anyone who does sales wants to win. So I always came runner up to them, and everyone would be like, it's just amazing you're in there. And it's like, yes, but it still sucks we lost. So to finally beat them.
DY Brookfar, Northern Beaches.
So super stoked with that.
You know what? And I think it's got to go to say to our community as well, that our real estate community, our geographical Northern Beaches community have been big supporters of you and the cause and what we've done. And thank you to everyone there, because without their votes of giving us their property to sell or giving us their property to rent or inquiring on that property, we're nowhere. So it's I think it's you've served the people. And they liked it. They responded. 2 questions. What would have been over your dazzling, stellar 7-year career? What was the lowest part?
Probably this year. It's quite ironic to win it in my worst year personally, and probably figures wise. COVID with commercial. This has been a tough year. Like we did a show the other day. You're judged in your bad times, and I tell you what, like I love doing like phone calls, outbound prospecting calls, especially with buyers, and it's easy to do it when the market's good and everyone wants to buy, but when the sentiment's bad, you're working through it. It's tough. So probably this year has been the worst. So to power, I reckon a lot of agents gave up because I felt like it so many times. You do like. We all like it was a whole nother level of negativity, and we're used to it as agents. It's like you got to get to 100 no's before you get to 1 yes, but this year was 1,000 no's before 1 maybe. So that was the hardest, and I'm seeing light at the end of the tunnel. This award recognition means a lot, because a lot of people, I know agents gave up. Transactions are down 80% at the higher end. This is the year that makes or breaks people. So keep powering through. What was the second question?
What was the best part of your career in the last 7 years?
Besides obviously this, because this is huge, because it's constantly, it's like I said, that recognition of so much negativity or criticism has always been the young gun. But the best part of it is just each deal. Sort of love the kill, love the out the box thinking. We've put a whole new scope on it. So in almost everything, if you take out this award as the best, like just all of it, because looking at a property differently, marketing it differently, getting the big views, which equal the inquiries, which equal the sale price, it's all sort of part of it. And now where to next? More of the same, and find new crazier ideas to expand on, which people call us crazy, and then as Lisa says, in 3 months, 3 years time, they're copying. Like, to put it so simply, agents didn't put addresses on, they didn't do professional photos before we started, and now they're all doing it. Now they're trying property vids. Agents don't like getting in them, but as we do, we get in them, make them very creative. So more of the same, but better, and yeah, it's a consistency.
And there's so much not done in our business, and I think to do that in our business is really exciting. And by the time the things we're doing get done by our competitors, we've already moved on to doing more things for our customers.
Yeah, and because think about it this way, for like residential, when you're only holding 3 listings, it's pretty easy to do them perfect. So more so is be more consistent, where I'm holding 200 listings. So to get them all perfect at the same time. So just doing more of the same, being consistency, that's the key thing. And this award proves you can't just have one good listing, one done perfectly. They all need to be perfect. You need to have that system in place, the support in place, and the heart. Yeah.
And you got some pretty amazing people around you.
Yes.
You got good old
Kim,
Kimbos.
yourself. Yep.
So Kim's been hammer and tong. She's your WhatsApp ninja.
Yeah, she just makes everything happen. She's there every day, before work, after work, during work, just gets everything done. Like, there's no,
she loves her job, loves you, loves me. Like she's such a nurturer.
Yeah, she can turn our crazy ideas and our visions into it when it comes to marketing and the visual stuff. And I think that's the thing. Just like I love to sell, she loves to put the work together, make the designs. One of our biggest things, which people love, is the IMs. Like, not just a brochure, the creative stuff. It's artistic, and the information in there is amazing. And she loves putting that together, like, which is huge. It's like, I wouldn't be able to do. There's only so much you could talk. You need to back it up in writing, and obviously most agents, especially myself, we can talk well, but then putting it in a written form ain't the best. So you need someone to do that, and Kim smashes that out of the park.
And there's so many people to mention. You know, there's a team around you of 40, 50 amazing people. We want to talk about every one of them, but a notable mention that I've seen that I have to, which I'm most impressed about with your support, is your family.
Yeah, family's awesome. They're always there through thick and thin, especially this year. So mum and dad, super supportive, brother, sister. Sister works in the industry. It was quite funny. She was in her office and someone walked in going, "Oh, one of the guys from Novak won like top New South Wales." And she's like, "Yeah, my brother." And she's like, "Huh?" And looked at the name Bergio. So it's good to have everyone around. So you can vent to in the good times and the bad times.
Do. Yeah, your oldies, your brothers, it's such a tight tight family that you guys have, and everyone is absolutely beautiful people. So it's a credit to your mum and dad. It's a credit to you, mate. Well done.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone, for anything else you want to add on to this? So I think it's a wrap, a little bit over time, but it was about me, so it's worth it. About us, about the award. This is our show.
Yeah, look, I just hope that this can help someone. Like it's you just don't know. You don't know what people are going to take out of what we've spoken about, and everyone takes something different. So I really hope that your journeys inspires other people in any industry out there. And sometimes you sort of think you're shooting in the sky, and then you get a beautiful message from someone saying how you've helped them with what we do. So it's pretty cool. So it's an amazing journey. It's your life. You've done an incredible job. Again, congrats. It's great to get the stamp from such a powerful industry leader like realcommercial.com.au, realestate.com.au, ARIA, as they're known as, an ARIA award for the country. And mate, all that hard work, all that self-doubt, Michael, all that spinal surgery, losing 50 kilos, all the blood, sweat, and tears over that very short amount of time. Congrats, buddy.
Thank you. And we've got to bring note that this is the first bloody COVID. Normally there's a big event. We go to Melbourne, we party.
Yeah. It's a quiet
we
one.
lost all those times, and this one bloody we win. So I don't know if it's better or worse. I'd probably feel better in the head not being hungover, but it would have been nice. I think this year was going to be down in Melbourne, but anyway, it's good. Anyway, there's always time to party. We'll party with Arik with Lisa when she's on stage. We'll make up for it.
Arik, we got the Lisa's talking on in front of the biggest real estate conference in the world, Lisa Novak. So that's another exciting chapter for all of us.
It will be. Thanks, Anmel. All right, we'll be back Friday morning. Tony, we'll look at those topics regarding agreements. They're good ones, especially if they differ residential to commercial. So let me get the outro. All righty, everyone. Thank you. Peace.
See you, everyone. Take care.